I guess probably the most pronounced issue we have today is addiction. But when we teach addiction, I like to talk about alcoholism and addiction because, it may not be like the trend to talk about them both together, because most people think addiction is addiction, a drug is a drug is a drug, and alcoholism segregated is not necessarily the way to look at things. So, but I like to talk about them both, in one sentence. So, I don't believe that they are separate. However, I like to talk about them separately. Okay, and I think that recovery, when we're recovering, I believe that a drug is a drug is a drug. So when we recover and when we choose abstinence, we choose complete abstinence. That's abstinence from any mind-altering substance. A lot of times, especially younger folks, think that heroin, they don't have a problem with alcohol. They're 18, 19, 20 years old, and they'll say, well, I don't have a problem with alcohol. I never even liked it. Well, why are we even talking about it then? Because if it wasn't something on your mind, then wouldn't it be okay just to be abstinent from that as well? So I just like to have them all, have one discussion, but with both topics as the main thrust. So we do know that it's progressive, chronic, fatal, and primary. We're going to talk first about the first three: progressive, chronic, and fatal, and then we'll discuss primary last. And there's a method to my madness, and they're written that way. The first thing is this: that I look at addiction really as, when we talk about progression, as if it's a railroad line, okay, where the railroad tracks themselves are our daily lives, and then we have these things that I call C's, significant emotional events, and I label them as stations in our lives. And what a C is, what a station is anything that happens to me negatively as a result of my use. Okay, so it could be jail, it could be car accident, could be a DUI, it could be anything, as long as alcohol or drugs played a role in that event. All right, does that make sense?